How's it going, everybody? My name's Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a high six-figure full-time Amazon seller, and in today's video, I'm going to be diving into how you can start an Amazon business for $0 or very close to $0. It's really not an easy thing to do. Since Amazon is an inventory-based business, it makes sense that we're going to have money in order to grow an Amazon business, right? But in this video, I'm going to give you some specific tips and tricks you can use to start with zero, maybe 50 bucks, grow that all the way into a very successful Amazon business. Before we jump into today's video, if you want even more free resources to teach you how to sell on Amazon, link directly below me is going to be our free Discord community. There's over 21,000 people in there sharing tons of great free information. Would love to see you in there, but let's go ahead and jump into the video. So step one is the extremely obvious one, is that you just need an Amazon seller account. So just go to sell.amazon.com up here in the URL, and then you're going to want to sign up for an individual seller account. You see right here, there's the box that says it's $40 a month plus selling fees. When you sign up, you'll actually have an option to do an individual seller's account, which essentially gives you the ability to sell on Amazon, but you're going to be lacking some of the much more advanced features that you will need down the line. And the big thing that you don't want to forget about if you start with an individual seller's account is that you're going to have a $1 per item fee that's added on extra just for having that account. So once you're selling at least 40 units per month, be sure to upgrade to the business plan of the seller account. There's other reasons you're going to want to upgrade your seller account. For example, using nice softwares, generally you're going to have to integrate those with your seller account, and you can't do that with the individual seller's account. But when you're first starting out doing this method I'm going to show you here, the individual account is perfect. So in my opinion, the best way to start an Amazon business for $0 or very, very cheap is selling used books, and specifically getting free books in order to sell those books on Amazon is an awesome way to obviously grow from $0. You're going to have to hustle, especially if you're super low on capital. You're going to have to trade a lot of time and a lot of energy to be able to build that money up so that eventually you can start investing in fancy softwares, investing in a lot of inventory, and later down the line, it's going to be a lot smoother. But right now, while you're pretty limited on funds, you're going to have to go hard and hustle. So with that said, the best way I know how to get free inventory for my business to get off the ground is by making an ad on Facebook Marketplace. So to get free books, which is essentially going to be free inventory for your Amazon business, you're just going to want to make a Facebook Marketplace ad that looks very similar to this one. I just went ahead and searched on Facebook. I searched free book pickup. You can see there's a couple other people doing the same thing, like a couple ads right here, trying to get free books from people in the area. And you will actually get a good amount of hits on these listings. You can see this person's just saying, hey, I'll pick up whatever books you want. Just let me know like what you got, kind of generally what I'm going to be picking up. In this case, it looks like they're asking you to leave the books on the curb, and they'll go get the books from the curb. And then I noticed again on this one, very, very simple. It's just a picture of some books. It says we pick up books, like I'll pick up books for free, any condition, whatever. Something I would add on to this is you're going to want to make sure it's genuinely going to be worth your time. So a lot of times when people are trying to get rid of free books, they're not going to be really worth anything. Obviously, if you know you have something that's worth a lot of money, they're probably reasonably going to be trying to sell it. So when I did this, I would always ask them like roughly what I'm going to be getting if I do go ahead and pick it up. And I would only go pick it up if it was a couple boxes at least. And also if they mentioned any nonfiction, religious books, anything like that that's going to have more value rather than a bunch of the really small novels like the ones that are like this size that your grandma reads. Those are almost never worth any money. So if you are going to run these free book pickups, make sure you're actually going out of your way for items that are worth your time to go out of the way for. So at this point in the process, you've got your free Amazon seller account set up. You've got a Facebook Marketplace ad posted out there. You're getting a couple hits with people who are wanting to donate some free books to you. So this is where the real fun starts, and I'll start to get into some of the apps you're going to want. So once you do go ahead and get some free books, all you're going to want to use is the Amazon Seller app, which is going to be over here right now. And then once you've got a bunch of free books sitting in front of you, all you're going to want to do is click the camera icon up in the top of the Seller app, and then you're just going to scan the barcode of whatever book you're trying to sell. So in this case, this is just a textbook that I had on my shelf. So in this case, I saw that this book is listed. Clearly, we don't want to sell it on the Chinese listing. In this case, we want to use the English listing. And when you're doing this, you can use the Amazon Seller app. There's a better app that I'll talk about here in a second. But at this point in the story, you've still got $0 hypothetically. So we need to be using the Amazon Seller app because it's free to use as long as you have an Amazon Seller account. So in this case, I'm looking at this item on here on Seller Central, and I see that this item is selling in used condition. You see I've selected used condition. I could toggle to new condition if I really wanted, but in used condition, it's selling for $39.34. So when you're first starting out, I would suggest maybe only shipping in books that are selling for at least 15 bucks, maybe even at least 20 bucks, just to learn the ropes, especially since you don't have any of the paid tools right now. You're not going to have a lot of data to go off of, which means you might make some mistakes. So for that reason, I would recommend to be very, very conservative. Only send in stuff that's worth $15+ because those items are going to be way less likely to tank in value to the point where you're not really going to be making anything. But then once you do scan through those books and you start to find things that are valuable, all you have to do is click list. And for you brand new sellers out there, I would even recommend doing the merchant fulfilled shipping route, which is basically where we're going to be shipping it directly from you to the customer. And this is just going to help you prove the concept that Amazon actually works. Like, it's not a big scam. All the guys on the internet weren't lying to me. But basically the way we need to set that up is we just need to go into our seller app here and set that up. So we're going to set a price. So in this case, we'll go for $40. And then for our condition, my book is in, I don't know, let's say good condition. If you are doing this, you're going to want to look up some condition guides for books, stuff like that. In this case, there's like the corners are a little worn out, but there's not really any writing or anything in it. I know because I used this textbook. So we're going to be going with used good condition. And then we would also go ahead and select the I will ship this item myself. And then we're going to tell them we've only got one copy of this book. From there, all we have to do is go ahead and click save and finish. So just like that, the book that we found that was selling for about $40 on Amazon is listed. It's ready for sale on our store, and any customer could go ahead and check out that item and try to buy it. So as you're scanning through these books that you're getting for free, you're going to find very quickly that not a large percentage of them are actually profitable. So after you've been able to do this free book pickup method, you've been able to scan it with the seller app, you've been able to ship it directly to the customer, and you've made about $500 depending on how much you want to hustle with that. That could take a week or that could take a couple months. But once you have made your first $500 or so, this is where we can start to invest in some tools that are going to help save us time, be able to grow our business a little faster. So this app is called ScoutIQ, and it's basically an app that's specifically designed for Amazon sellers who sell books. And very simply how it works is it's going to do a very similar thing to the Amazon seller app. So in this case, I've got my app and I've got my book. So I'm going to go ahead and click the scan button down here on my phone and scan the barcode. And in this case, it looks like we've got a little bit more information than we had previously. So in this case, we can see all the offers that are on this book. So all the way on the left side of this box, we have our used copies, and you can see we've got an FBA copy listed for $39.34. And then under the all column, we've got all the other ones. You can see it looks like the one I just listed for 40 bucks is already available for sale. See how easy that was. And then over on the right, we have the new column. Those are the books that are being sold in new condition, which is probably not going to apply to us since we're buying these books either used or even getting them for free. This app also has functionalities to let you see the past history of this item. So for example, when I click the button right now, where it's going to take me over to this Keepa chart, basically this is showing me when this book has exactly sold. So all these green drops on this chart right here are sales. And since this item is a textbook, you can kind of even see that this item is a textbook on the graph here, where you can see in January through kind of early February, right when students would be buying this book for class, this item started selling. One of those sales was probably me this most recent semester there. So that's kind of funny to see on the graph there. But all of these drops there means that the book was actually selling. So this is another reason why we invest in tools, because in this case, we've been able to see on the ScoutIQ app when this book is specifically selling and for how much. So if we zoom in here back in the past, like these drops were happening at $26 right there. So we know we could at least sell this book for $26. And that app has two different ways that you could go ahead and purchase it. There's a live mode, which is $14 a month. So it's really, really cheap. But as the name suggests, what it does is it's just taking those UPC numbers or the ISBN numbers as you scan them into ScoutIQ and then searching for it live. And then there's also a $44 database version, which is where you download all the data beforehand. And then that way, when you scan the individual ISBNs, it's instantly loading up that data. So you have to think about the fact that if maybe you go to a thrift store with, metal walls or the reception isn't very good, the live database mode is really not going to be very good. So that's where you might need to do the database version of the app, where you could actually go ahead, have it all downloaded beforehand, and then just hit the shelves on the thrift stores and go hard. And so at this point in your business, you've been able to make a couple $100 hustling free books. Now you've been able to invest in a cheap tool called ScoutIQ. And from here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a map of the thrift stores in your area. This is something that I did to make my first about $60,000 in net profit on about $190,000 in gross sales. This is exactly how I started my used book business when I was a freshman in college. I would just go to the thrift stores in my area about 2 to 3 times a week, really hustling. Like I said, I did not have a ton of money to start my own personal Amazon business, but I was very, very willing to put in the hustle and put in the time to do what it takes to really crush it selling books on Amazon. I would also recommend, as you start to go out to thrift stores, or start scanning the shelves at the thrift stores, number one, invest in a Bluetooth scanner that you pair with your phone. Those cost about $40 and it's going to help you scan the backs of those barcodes much faster. And number two, do whatever you can to try to make connections with those managers at the thrift stores. Be honest about what you're doing. You'll probably get a couple weird looks. I know I used to get asked if I was an employee of the place all the time by people who just happen to be going to the thrift store, but do whatever you can to make relationships with the managers of the thrift stores. Anyone you come across who has access to a lot of used books, those can all be very powerful connections later down the road if you want to do something like bulk books, or even just working out some kind of consignment deals with those local stores who don't really want to mess with selling on Amazon. There's a lot of different ways you could go there with doing local networking through your Amazon business. So at this point, you've been able to take your $0 and grow that all the way up to $500, hopefully even $1,000 or $2,000 by selling used books from thrift stores, using ScoutIQ, getting a little bit more efficient with your time. So this is the point I would recommend you kind of start to look at different business models and see what kind of other opportunities might be out there for you. For me personally, once I was able to grow a pretty successful used book business, I did it for way too long. I did it for almost 2 years. And now you might be wondering why I thought that was a mistake, but the really big mistake I made by selling used books for so long is that I wasn't taking advantage of the amount of capital that I had made selling used books. And if you think about how the economics of these used books work, you're going to thrift stores, you're buying these books for $1, maybe $2, you're selling them for 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks each. So you're going to be having a lot of profit, but you're really not going to be able to spend your money very fast, which in most aspects of life, spending your money as slowly as possible is usually a good thing. But in business, it's a very bad thing, especially with an inventory-based business. So this is where I started to transition my business into an online arbitrage business model. And if I had to do it all over again, I would probably start to look into doing online arbitrage once I had made about $2,000 in profit selling used books. Anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 in profit is a nice starting point for you to start looking at business models like online arbitrage. So I want to very quickly walk you through how you're going to be able to find your very first online arbitrage product. And to do this, you're going to need this software right here called SellerAmp. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to go to a product that we know is arbitrageable, which basically means we know that people are buying these items from stores like Walmart, Target, other places that we could buy the exact same item. So for that, I've gone ahead and picked up a Great Value brand product, which if you're not aware is Walmart's basically private label brand. So you can only buy this item at Walmart, meaning that everyone on this listing has at least bought this product on an arbitrage basis. So they're really likely to have other products that we could buy on an arbitrage basis. So to do that, we're going to want to scroll down on the offers tab of SellerAmp down here. And from here, we're going to be looking for a seller who has maybe 100, maybe 200 ratings. I don't like to click people with a ton of feedback. So in this case, I'm going to go for this guy right here. They've got 71 ratings, which means they've been selling for a little while. They're probably doing some decent numbers at this point, but they're not really hitting the big bucks yet. So we're probably going to be able to look through their storefront and find items that we can find from similar places. So what I'm doing when I do this method is I'm basically scrolling through their items, basically treating it like a leads list where I might find potentially profitable products. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these items and I'm going to look at this max cost option right here. And if I think I can buy this item for the max cost option, I can go ahead and click the Google button here, and that's going to go ahead and Google search this product for me and potentially try to find it profitable enough to resell. So in this case, this item, probably we're not gonna be able to buy it for 21 bucks since it seems to be like kind of a big plain kind of thing. But just to show you how it works, we'll go ahead and click the Google button here. I'm gonna look at the shopping tab even here, see if we can find it anywhere in stock. It looks like it might be out of stock at Walmart, sold by some kind of third-party seller. This one's not an easy product to find, but you can see how you'd be able to scroll through here and fairly quickly be able to find items that could potentially be profit. So this item is a much better example. So I'm wondering if we might be able to buy these for about $3, maybe $3.50 a pack. That is the point at which this would be profitable. So it looks like we're actually able to pick this up from Walmart for $4. So we're not that far off in this case. I'll go ahead and break down the economics of this item. It's probably not quite profitable enough, but right away within a couple minutes, we were able to find an item where, let's see, we're paying $8 for this total. It's selling for $17. We could even take the average price over the last 30 days. So within a couple minutes, just like that, we were able to find a profitable product. It's not quite profitable enough, but you can see how quickly you'd be able to scroll through these items, kind of look at this and say, oh, there's probably no way I'm going to buy this giant playset for 20 bucks. But these, you know, these little pectin or whatever this does, some kind of grocery product, we could probably buy those for $3-ish a pack. In this case, we were able to find this for $4 a pack. So we're really close to profit, but it's just a game of looking through these things as fast as possible and trying to find those items that you can buy for the max cost option. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it gave you an awesome starting point to start out your Amazon business with potentially $0 and scale it into something awesome. If you did get value out of it, please feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. That adds value to my business. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to drop that down below as well. But I really appreciate you guys watching and I will see you next time.